evening, everyone, and welcome to Camppatton Family Compound here in Idaho. It is that time for Friday night on the Homestead. And for tonight's topic, well, tonight's topic's questionable. Do you put the garden to bed for the winter? And there I am. Oh boy, what a day. Yeah. All righty, so let's say hi to everybody first. All right, so Phelan Clan Wolf was in here first. Lori J was second. CR was third. Suzanne Goulet was fourth. Aiden Deere was fifth. Kaylin Strain was sixth. Prairie Rider was seventh. Rebel Canners was eighth. Walt Rogers was ninth. And okay, I will answer this question in just a second. Let's see. 10th was Howie at Food Forest Permaculture. And P Squared, the other Paula, is in here. Number 11. 12 is Lewis the Marshmallow Man. And there, I think I caught up, and I hope I didn't miss anybody. All right, to answer this, for my introduction openings and stuff, I have the Office Pro edition of PowerPoint. And yeah, so I do all the slides and stuff, and then I spend time making the slides do what they're supposed to do, and then I convert it into an MP4 file, MPEG, whatever. It's the video file, and then I take and edit that, add the music to it, create another file that I upload to StreamYard, so it's sitting in StreamYard. So all I got to do is just click, and it plays. And then the other one I do, where I'm talking about it, that's just a PowerPoint before I do anything else fancy. I do a couple of things to it and everything else on it. So yeah, it's I use a lot of PowerPoints, and I actually have a couple of them where the pictures I put in there are actually GIFs or video files themselves, so it can do other funky things too. Yeah, and I do Office Professional because hey, that's what I used at work, and it has so many more other little things I can use on it. But you can just do it with regular Microsoft Office that has PowerPoint in it. You can do a lot in there with it. Yeah, MP4, that's it. MP4 format. Yeah, and so I just load it up with that. And remind everybody right now, hydrate. I had the grandsons over here till a little while ago, and they had me running around like a chicken with my head cut off, all four of them. But I did calm them down when I fixed some pancakes, and in the mix I put in a tablespoon and a half of the pure maple extract I had gotten from Olive Nation, and so the pancakes taste like they have maple syrup on it, but there's no sugar added. And they were just loving it because they could take it, hold it in their hands, go sit in front of the TV, watch Megamind, and have their pancakes. All right. Yeah, Lori, at some point, if you want, since on Grayman Prepping, you have the time, as being a survivalist channel member, you get, we can set time and I can show you how to do things. It's really easy. And if it's interesting, the first couple of them I did in Word. Okay. Because I done so much in Word beforehand. So. All righty. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the rather than pouring syrup all over them, you can put the strawberry extract into the pancakes, and it tastes like you poured strawberry syrup on there. You put the maple in there. You can put you can get blackberry extract to put in there, and so it gives the flavoring of the syrup without all the sugar. All righty, so main topic tonight. Do you put the let me bring it up here. Do you put the garden to bed in the winter? Well, it's interesting that when I was thinking about doing this, the weather was doing so good, I kept putting it off. The weather was so great, I just kept putting it off. Other channels were showing all the stuff they were doing in their garden for a fall garden. Ones that usually get snow weren't getting snow. And I put it off, and I thought I better go ahead and do it. So I locked it in on a date, and then boom, the weather changed on me. And all of a sudden, we got a bunch of snow. We almost look like that. Not quite, but it's snowing out there right now. And so far, I would say, depending on where the snow's building up at as it blows around, I got 3 inches on the side of my pickup on the top of the bed there, the little strips, There's about 3 inches built up there and about 4.5 built up against the bumper. The front door has built up. I swept it away, and it built back up as it blows up against the front door of the house. So yeah, it's not as bad as this here, but snow is building up. Fortunately, here's the weather forecast for Basalt, Idaho. The low tonight is 22, not 9 like it's been for the last couple of days. The high tomorrow is 33, which puts it higher than what the high today was 25, I think it was. So it's up to 33 tomorrow. The low tomorrow night is 31. Hey, that's almost above freezing for the low. Sunday, the high is 37, and the low Sunday night is 36. It's warming up, folks, a little bit here. Monday, high is 41, low's 31. Tuesday, high is 43, and the low is 29. So the low's dropping back down, but the highs are going up. Wednesday, the high is 44. So there's a chance that during the daytime, all this snow will melt off. And as soon as that snow melts off, then I got a bunch more work to do to get my indoor garden moved around into its new location. But the east can get buried. Yeah. So there's a lot more stuff I'm getting done out in the shop. I'm putting together some video stuff, but it's just, I go out there, I turn on the camera, I do some work and stuff, and I turn it off, I do some stuff. I'm not really talking. I'm just basically filming action out there. So I'm going to put it all together high speed and watch how everything changes out there really as I've been moving stuff around. I have gone through the one pile of OSB. There was the big 64 sheets, and then there was the other 20 some odd sheets off on the side of it. And those are all up. So I am moving stuff around. I got stuff up on the attic there, but as soon as I can, I'm going to be moving my the 2 IBC totes back into one area back there. I got some other panels from the haunted house back there. I'm just going to set those up so I can kind of enclose it, put a hinge door on in there, and I can put the Mr. Heater Buddy in there, and it'll keep it nice and warm for the plants, and they'll actually start growing more again. I get it. So CR wants snow for Christmas Eve. Okay, the garden I have inside, it's not exactly tarped because it's in the shop. I got 2 of the IBC totes. And I've made it like a little trellis work from the green plant stakes that you can pin stuff to. And I got the grow lights hanging on there, and then I got it covered with space blankets. So it's reflecting the light back at the plants, retaining some of the heat. And I did a video on it here. Hang on a second here. Or I did a posting on it. Let's go ahead and should bring that down. And did I do, I'm looking to see if I did a posting picture of it or not, or whether I did the, no, I did a video on it. So I'd have to try to find the video, but at least I think I did it here. Give me a second here, looking back here. Yeah, video 1076. And let me see if I can bring that up here. Yeah. Bring that over here. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'm just going to. So let me get back here so I can see what I'm seeing over here. Get this ready here. And if I can move it over to find it. Okay, so this is what my indoor garden shop looks like. See, it's covered with the space blankets, and we got the two totes there. So and so the stuff has grown quite a bit in there. So that's the Mr. Heater heating it up. So yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a small greenhouse to put out on the patio, or by the patio or something out there against the shop to, put some stuff in out there too as well. But the thing is I know like Glenn at How to Garden, he's just moving into his growing season down there in Florida. It's finally cooled down enough down there where it's not killing the plants from the heat. So now his stuff's growing. Jack over at Geeky Gardens is getting ready to start planting his tomato plants and stuff. And so, the Floridians are saying, wintertime? No, this is our grow time. So there are some some people do it, but if I took a picture of my backyard here, all of the IBC totes that I put along for the retaining wall along the one side of the garden, covered with snow. The garden's covered with snow. And so, all the cardboard boxes and straw I've been putting out there, are all covered on top. I'm not sure if there's any heat being retained down below all the layers of cardboard and straw. Hopefully there is, so there's some life in the soil underneath. But one of the things I'm thinking about doing here in the house, I haven't done that. Shoot. I was supposed to do I picked it up yesterday from the post office. I got a mail call to do from Jack at Geeky Gardens. He sent me some seeds for Ponderosa lemon. Big lemons. And so I'll try to get that out tomorrow morning. I'll record it tonight, post it, come out tomorrow morning. But I'm going to try to get one or two of those seeds to start. When I get a small tree going on it, I'm going to plant one in a 5-gallon bucket of soil that my daughter has over there, so she can grow one over there. And then I'm going to put the other one here in a 5-gallon bucket until it gets big enough. Then I'm going to put it in the 15-gallon half barrel and see if I can get it going all winter long. And then early in the spring when it warms up and they're past their last frost, move it outside so it can really take off. Yeah. And Howie, on all the cardboard I'm putting out there, the Amazon boxes, I've been spraying it down, getting it wet, and then as it gets wet, the glue for the tape on there that they put on, the packing tape, comes loose, and I peel it all off and I throw that away. And I peel off all the Scotch tape, packing tape off before I put it out there as well. Yeah. So I got that stuff going on out there. So I put the one garden to bed, the outdoor garden. The indoor garden is now just, I'm working on starting to do special stuff with it. So I'm moving from outdoors, indoors, making the transition and doing, trying to get some stuff going that way. My wife has been really busy, so she wasn't able to send any photos or anything from what her garden in California looks like, what the plants are doing there. But hey, it's San Francisco Bay Area on the east side of the bay, so it's a bit warmer over there. And so they're right now, they haven't gotten any frost yet. They're getting rain and stuff. And actually, let me take one look over here. Bring up 7-day forecast for Martinez. Refresh. And so they're getting rain tomorrow and cloudy most of the week. Highs are 62, 64, 64, 65, 64, 66, and their lows are in the high 40s. So, I mean, her rainbow chart and Swiss chart are loving it. If she has any spinach going, it's still loving it. The tomatoes are still holding on and growing. And her squash are probably doing pretty good too. Yeah, Torrance is just a little bit warmer down there, but yeah, I mean, there's still, California's been lucky so far. As far as, everything's still at a moderate temperature there and going on. And so they're not putting their gardens to bed. They probably won't be putting their gardens to bed till next year if they have to put them to bed. There are certain things, though, that my wife is, some of the plants she's going to be cutting them up and just leave, chop and drop right where they're at so they can break down over the winter. And she has a couple more, I think she has like another 2, maybe 3 cubic yards of wood chips to put down this winter. And so that's going to be one of the things she's going to be spreading out there. Oh, and her strawberries are still doing fairly well. So the strawberries are still going on there as well. So, and of course the apple trees are just like going, oh, it's apple time, and they're still producing apples. And the orange trees are just, one of the trees, she was talking about was just overloaded with oranges on it. So, I mean, they until they start to getting a frost. Of course, the trees are getting so big, all she can do is she's thrown some sheets together. She just tosses, and the one side has some like little weights on it. She tosses those up over it to kind of cover up. And then she hangs some Christmas lights, the old mini lights, not the LEDs. So it produces heat for it. So it depends on your area, whether you're having to put anything to bed for the winter or not. I think I got to talk with her some more about before I do this, because we've talked about it, mentioned it. She kind of hemmed and hawed about getting an arrow garden for in the house, so she can grow, like have a lettuce plant she can peel stuff off of whenever she wants a salad and some other stuff to go with for the wintertime. But I mean, it's like her basil out there dies back and then it comes back in the spring. It's like, yeah, it never really dies off. What'd CR say? Yeah. And then there's the rest of us up north. Yeah, I was surprised though. I mean, it was still warm, a couple of weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, it was still nice and warm here. Yeah, we had that one little snow for one day and it melted halfway through the day. And it was warm again. It's like, it wasn't even much of a frost because the temperature didn't even drop. I think the temperature dropped to 31 degrees while it snowed. And an hour or two later, it was up to 35. So, but, this has been unusual because this is the first good snowstorm we've got right now, and I got to get out there and video it. But the temperatures, we've had some really cold temperatures, and we weren't getting the moisture up here to snow. It was falling, or it was falling way north of us. So we were just getting cold air without any snow. So, but yeah, indoor gardening. If you you've never done indoor gardening, it's not that hard. There are some cool things you can do. Hang on, let me see if I can pull something up here for you. One of the things I did for indoor gardening was I got some things at Sam's Club, and let me see if I can get it here. See if I can get something, give it, if it'll come up here. Oh, that's what I forgot. B-U-S-S. It doesn't want to show it. The in a restaurant, the bussing trays they have, those gray things about like that deep. If you come in 2-packs at Sam's, and they're not showing them, showing everything else but those. Try this. Yeah, it's Sam's has a very specific name for it, and it's not bussing tray. Anyways, they have those. You come in a 2-pack, and you get a bag of topsoil. You can put it in there, and you can mix some stuff into it. And yeah, Jack said he would send me some seeds that he's grown some from seed as well. And so in the next year or two, I'm also going to take some of those IBC totes and grow some a lemon, another lemon, the little Meyer lemon my wife likes. She wants one of those. And now we're going to do a navel orange and a Valencia orange in the IBC totes, and I can just wheel those right into the shop for winter, and they'll be protected. Let me see if I can pull something up here. Rubbermaid totes. Restaurant tubs. Let me try that. Try putting a different name in here. So I really want to show you guys what these things are. There we go. So this is it here. So it's a 2-pack, 21 inches by 15 by 7 inches deep. Now, 2 packs of stuff, and you just fill it full of soil, and you. In fact, I have one out there right now with little finger carrots in it that they're overwintering in the shop, and they're actually, since they started overwintering, since it got cold, they actually started doing better. I mean, I just noticed they're getting bigger. It's like cool. Howie's orange tree is doing good. So, but yeah, there's you can also order. You can get places. You can get the 5. If you think the 5-gallon buckets are too small, They do make 7-gallon buckets. And you can pick those up at different places. Sometimes certain Walmarts have a emergency preparedness section that they carry the gamma lids and the 7-gallon buckets. So, oh, there's a 12-gallon bucket. But yeah, you can get they're a little bit. You know, it gives you two more gallons of dirt up on top to give stuff more roots soil to grow in. No, you don't need to put holes in the bottom to drain them. However, you also have to keep an eye on the moisture for the soil. What I've gotten from I ordered, shoot, did I order that or did I pick that up at Home Depot? It's a 2-prong little soil tester thing. You put it in there. You can set it for. It has a solar panel, on it, little one on top, and it tells you, oh, okay, and it tells you how much light you're getting. Enough light. You're not getting enough light. Turn another one. It tells you what the moisture content is, and the other one I forget what it is. I don't use the other setting at all. And so I just go and stick that in there. I stick my finger down along the edge to see how damp it is, and if I'm worried about it, I'll stick that down in 4 to 6 inches in, and I'll get a reading on what the moisture level is down farther. And and so basically you just need to keep maybe a cup of water or so, depending on how big. Once the plant starts getting bigger and leafier, then you need to water it more because the leaves will evaporate moisture. So and you just keep doing that, and you just check the water level on the buckets, on those gray trays, the restaurant bus trays. Those are easy. You can just wiggle your finger down in there. You space stuff out. My friend across the street here, Curtis, was thinking about getting some and trying growing small radishes in there because they only get like that big. They're like bite it and and it's gone. But he says that there should be enough soil for the roots and stuff on it, because it has such a small radish head on it that it should work just great. Yeah, Jackie Geeky Garden said he got one that was 1 pound 11 ounces for a lemon. So that basically that's 27 ounces. And if I can get one to grow here, if it grows here good here, my daughter can get one growing over there across the street. We'll be the favorite of the city here, because it'll be everybody wanting to trade other produce that they grow for fresh natural lemons that are not all sprayed with all sorts of chemicals and shipped in from Florida or California. There he is, Crazy Squirrel, my friend. How you doing? Yeah, Crazy Squirrel has a lot of information he's put on my one video from 3 years ago, the alternative fuels for oil lamps for emergencies. He's given me a lot of information about different types of wicks, how to use carbon felt and stuff. I pinned the mainstream of comments he's been commenting on. It's pinned to the top of that. If you want to check out his information, it's over on the video from 3 years ago. Actually, let me hang on a second. Let me look here. It's the video number 117, oil lamps, alternative fuels for emergencies. And that is the, he has a lot of good information over there. So yeah, I'm glad to see him in here. So let's see. So it's time for having to prep the soil for next year's plants. Mix in chopped leaves, cook the dirt to kill off bugs, eggs, pathogens, etc. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just kind of catching up on some of the things here. All right, Howie. So these are about the ponderosa lemon, the heavy acid lovers, and expose the roots. You won't get fungus. That's all about the ponderosa lemon. Yeah, that's a problem with the straw. You got to be careful about it. Okay. Okay, so it's actually the potting soil he's getting, and of course, some of the stuff in the potting soil, so I can see why someone would want to cook it. Yes, the lemon. Thank you, Howie. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. This stream is okay. CR's making the puns. It's fungus. All right. All right. So here's his answer on explaining cooking soil. I heat it to about 203 degrees, then let it cool. Put in a sealed 5-gallon bucket. I guess he says he's back up there. He says he's got a plague of pill bugs eating everything in sight. Howie, does the biochar take care of the pill bugs, or do you need diatomaceous earth? Yeah, some of the stuff being sold in the stores, the potting soils, you got to be careful with. You never can tell what's going to show up with them. My wife got something one year, and she had a couple of bags. She had them in one of the wheelbarrows, so they hadn't even made contact with the ground. It is up off the ground in a big wheelbarrow. The bag was sitting there, and when she went to open it up, there were bugs everywhere that came in the potting soil. Okay, so Howie says wood ash and biochar, the bugs won't like it, and diatomaceous earth is good. Yeah, and you're paying for it and getting the bugs. Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. I have not yet, in the sticky traps I've put out there, I haven't seen the pill bugs get stuck to it yet. I have seen the white cabbage moths get stuck, and I have seen the others, other little moths and stuff getting stuck to it. And of course, all the gnats and the mosquitoes and the flies getting stuck to it. And what we're talking about here, folks, let me bring it up over here, because actually, I'll check to see if it's on sale again. Scrolling back here about a lot of stuff since the last thing where we talked about it, and everybody bought a bunch of them. not everybody, several people bought them. There we go. Okay. Okay, go back. And how much did I pay for that? That was, okay, it was $11.99 when it was on sale the last time. And currently it is, it's 50 cents more. It's still cheaper than it was before. Let me show it to you. Boom. The sticky traps, you get 96 pieces of them, 2 different patterns. You got the little flower pattern, and then you got the butterfly pattern. And these things work really good. You can just stick it right in the soil using a triangle as a thing you stick it down in pots, and stick it a little bit deeper than that. And so that the bottom here is almost into the dirt, and that way they'll crawl right on up there and fly around and jump on it. And once you have a couple bugs on there, the others go, ooh, food, and they go flying after those bugs, and they get eaten, and it just keeps on going around. So yeah. So let's see here. Anybody interested in that? There's that. Boom. Forgot to do it. I was going to do this earlier. I'm an idiot. Boom. There we go. There is the, and let me put it in this thing here. StreamYard, pin message. There we go. All right. So there's the link pinned up to the top now of the chat. But yeah. So those are sticky traps. I love those things. I'll take those and I'll tape them. Well, here, let me show you. I got one right here. So I'll get one, and I'll cut part of the triangle off, and I'll take the blue painter's tape and I'll just stick it in places. And so I stick one right up here because the gnats, for some reason, there we go, like to come around the computer monitor. The light frequencies, it draws them in. And of course, when they see the yellow thing picks up something, they go right to that, and they get stuck on there. Yeah. Yeah, you got to have a mic or camera access to get up to come on. But Howie, you can come on up here if you want. CR. All right, here we got a new person here. Welcome. All right, first time I've been thinking is as far as all the dried dog food bags I've seen are just several layers of I'm trying to think of the type, almost like butcher paper type stuff, where they'll get wet and they will fall apart. And my wife had regular grow bags. She tried 1 year, and she got rid of them because they were just using up so much. I mean, she was having to water it so much so often because the size of the bags, give off the moisture evaporates off the sides of the bags. And so you got to use twice as much water for them to keep stuff growing. All righty, and take down to the bottom here. Everyone's talking. No, biochar is not like char cloth. Char cloth is taking cotton and you char it. Biochar is you take wood branches and stuff and you get a fire going, and then you kind of like smother it almost. So it's not, it doesn't have a good oxygen supply. So basically it sits there and heats and just kind of turns to charcoal. And it's and that'll basically it starts turning into charcoal. So you can just break it up, grind it up, whatever, and spread it around. Oak heating pellets, yeah. Yeah, it smolders. You know, there's some great videos on YouTube about making biochar. Anthony at Pimento Prepared did one on it, and on a small scale on how to do it. And I think he did it about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now, is when he did his video on it. Yeah. I know my son-in-law did a pit and dug a pit, small pit, and had a fire going in there, got the coals going, and then laid a piece of corrugated steel across it and threw some dirt on top to seal it up. And he had some decent biochar there, but he put too much dirt on. He really sealed it off totally, and it totally smothered itself. You want to really reduce the oxygen into it, so you don't get flames. You just get just like a small smoldering coals and stuff going through it. And here he is, the myth, the man from the island in Canada. Hey, Howie.
Hey, how's it going there, Gil?
All right.
Yeah, good. Yeah, biochar is the easiest way that I make it is I just have a fire, a real hot fire, let it burn for about 45 minutes for an hour, put it out with water, put that into my wheelbarrow, hit it with my hammer up and down a little bit, boom, biochar. And there's wood ash, and I'll load that with a little bit of bone meal, let it soak a little bit with water, and then I just throw it on there. And I never have I make it easy. There's other ways that, like you were saying there, you get you burn it slowly, and it takes out what you want is take out all the toxic oils and tannins and stuff. You don't want that in there.
Right.
You want to be able to have that Swiss cheese block in there where the water goes in with the nutrients or the air. But bugs, see, the big thing is the bugs. See, I don't have slugs here. Like my neighbors all have slug problems and snail problems. I don't have that because I have lots of biochar. And if you look at the oldest soil, like the Mayans made, it's right full of biochar, and they didn't have biochar makers. All that they just burned some wood and then put it out with water, and then they knew to put that in with their waste. They used a lot of their waste to create their soil, and they have the best soil in the world in Mexico City in the canal. So you can't beat it.
One of the things I did last year with my wood burning stove, the previous year I had a little wire basket scooper, and I'd scoop all the coals off to the side and get all the ash out and just reburn and keep those coals in there to start the next fire. Well, this last winter, I just scooped everything out and just started fresh every time. Yeah. And so I had all this biochar out there because all these chunks of unburnt wood from the night before, when I dampened down the stove, I just scooped all that out and took it outside and put it in my my little pile out there, and then I spread that all out on top of all the straw and everything this fall for the new garden area. So there's probably about 70 gallons of biochar and ash out there I spread out.
That ash is all the minerals, see, and it's very powerful alkalizer too. And it's the best fertilizer is wood ash, biochar, and bone meal. And you let that stuff soak together. And I throw in a little lime too, because I like the calcium in there and the nitrogen. But once you've done that, spread it around. Be liberal with it several times a year if you want. Except don't use the bone meal as much, because you can get overgrowth of vegetative instead of fruiting. You want a little higher phosphorus with blooming when you're going in, your tomatoes are going into bloom, or cucumbers, or whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. It requires a little higher phosphorus, and that's one big thing about that giant ponderosa lemon that you're doing there. Mm-hmm. You get conifer and citrus fertilizer. You can buy it. I think Tones makes it. And you sprinkle a little bit of that. I'm going tomorrow to no, this sounds crazy in Canada, but an orange or citrus orchard. And so I'll try to shout you out there tomorrow. But the biggest lemons they have are the Valencias that I gave them years ago, you know.
Yeah.
But you were talking about what you do for covering your crops. Is that what you were?
No, all right. So I have the
Garden
IBC
bed
totes
for winter.
that are indoors.
Yeah.
I used the pallet jack and I picked up the IBC tote and I wheeled it into the shop and I covered it. I built a little lattice work out of those garden stakes that are like 3-4 feet long, and twist tied it all together. And then I laid my grow lights on top of it, my LED grow lights, 4-foot grow lights on it, and I covered everything with space blankets. So it reflects all the light back at the plants as well. And it works to trap some of the heat that the LED grow lights produce, reflecting the heat back down. And then I have the Mr. Buddy heater blowing warm air in on it, so none of the plants will freeze out there.
Yeah. Temps is everything when you're growing cold weather or even hot weather crops. The cold weather crops are best grown in the wintertime inside. Believe it or not, because it's cool. I know people in the northern part of British Columbia, kind of not far from where you are, and they grow inside, but they grow cold weather crops inside during the winter time. They don't try to grow cold weather crops during the summertime inside.
Right.
And that makes all the difference right there. And it's like cilantro. They like cool weather, like it's a nice herb, you know, and they like cool weather growing, like parsley does, cool weather growing, lettuce does, spinach does. Right now, my turnip tops are all up, and I've been planting Egyptian onions, and I just planted another round of garlic. But putting your bed to rest for the winter is as simple as putting leaves on it or hay of some kind. And a lot of people stay awake at night and lose sleep over, oh, there's seeds in that hay or some crazy stuff, you know. Don't worry about it. Just garden with what you've got. That's it.
My wife, she gets rice straw. They call in California, they call it construction straw. They use it from the rice plants to make, for the barriers for when the construction sites to keep the erosion down and everything else. Well, she gets those bales and she springs out. Yeah, she goes, yeah, I'm going to get rice plants growing up. But oh, wait a minute, I don't water it enough for the rice to do anything, so the rice sprouts and dies.
Yeah, the big thing about, like, with a food forest, the food forest is constantly making soil by itself. 1 inch every 10 years. Okay, that's not a lot. And then soil that's without a food forest makes 5 millimeters, which isn't very much, in 100 years. Okay, so a human taking all those green cans and leaves, and if they kept it simple, like I see people chopping up leaves and just like, what the hell? You don't need to do all that. I mean, I understand leaf mold, I understand microphyzal fungi, I understand a lot, but I keep things simple. So when I put my biochar on 2-3 times a year, I'll do that. Hey, what I do is when I start seeing like my crops growing up, like my row of spinach, row of beets. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at it going, okay, I have this soil over here. I'll sprinkle in between the row 2 or 3 inches. I don't weed. The weeds themselves become the nutrients for the vegetables. And I'll tell you one thing right now. I don't have a problem with giving away hundreds of pounds of vegetables every year. I can't even use all of it.
My wife does the same thing.
I noticed. I watched your videos, some of the old ones. She's a very good gardener. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, you want to keep it simple, but putting your bed to rest is a good thing. Like if you have like parsnips underneath there, or if you have leeks, you have stuff that you're harvesting in the wintertime, like sunchokes or something like that. You want to have a cover on top of hay. Like you look at Dr. Ruffin there when she put in her rows in the spring, this past spring. She had it all done up with her soil layers, but then she had her straw on top of that. Then she put her plants in there, and you kind of like you're acting like an incubator. And that's the same idea about putting them away, you know. And
Yeah.
the big thing is you if you do your biochar and bash up your biochar 50% of it to where it's almost powder, that bugs do not like to crawl through, like your pill bugs and stuff. They
Yeah.
don't like that, or click beetle, which turns into the wireworm over a 5-year period. They have a relationship there. And that's what you see when you look at your plants and they're all eaten, and you can see it looks like a tunnel through there. That's the wireworm, and what you want is that you're not killing the bugs, okay? You're making it
Right.
uncomfortable for
Right.
them, so they leave and go bother somebody else.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, I don't like this here. I'm going to go over there. Oh, they got nice soil, nice things over there next door. I'm going to go over there.
Exactly. So what happens is when you add your diatomaceous earth, or if you add your wood ash, it actually wears a hole in, say, like carpenter ants, red ants, black ants, the ones, some are pollinators, some are just going to eat your house, right?
Yeah.
So this year, the Rocky Hill Food Forest, he put wood ash all around his house. He had carpenter ants really bad, hey, and termites. And within a week, there was nothing there anymore. And he thanked me hundreds of times. He's like, geez, man, thanks a lot. But the thing is, you must apply that wood ash around your property 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a year. Clean out your fireplace. Don't worry about it burning anything. There's all this hype and, oh my God, I'm gonna lose sleep. Look, I've put a lot of wood ash on stuff around it. You don't go up and put it right on tender little plants. I mean, you got to use some
Yeah.
common sense, right? But everything that the wood ash goes near on the ground, it's just a smattering. It's not like a heavy
Yeah.
half-inch thick load or anything. It's just, and you can water that in too as soon as it goes on the ground. I did a couple of videos, but I'm right now I'm reorganizing my channel to where there's different places to go and see biochar and how to make the layers of soil with, like I used a lot of leaves this year, and people left comments, well, aren't you worried about the nitrogen leaving your soil and going into the leaves? They're going to utilize and all this stuff. I'm like, what are you, crazy? It's very
Yeah.
difficult for me to see nonsense stuff. It's like,
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't
and where
feel
you're
wrong
at,
with
you,
it.
you get a lot of rain up there.
Yeah.
You don't get much. So the rain is bringing oxygen out of the
Nitrogen,
air,
40%.
the nitrogen out of the air. So the rain is bringing nitrogen down. It hits those leaves and stuff. The leaves grab the nitrogen out of the rain water
Yeah.
and do their processing. They're
Yeah.
breaking down everything. So it's not pulling it from the soil; it's pulling it from the rain.
It's nematodes and microbes that are breaking things down,
Okay.
and it's the microphysial and the mycelium that transports the nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen to the plants. Hey, so
Okay.
it's really an interesting world, soil. It's
Can somebody throw Howie's channel link up there? It's Food Forest Permaculture, and oh yeah, Howie. How you've been up on my live since what, about 100 times now?
yeah,
Over the last
I
4 or 5 years.
guess so. I love soil, hey, and I love making soil. And
Mm-hmm.
what I like to do is that I train other people to make my soil, or animals or nature does it for me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to wake up today and going, oh my God, I got to make all these layers of soil. I'm not interested in that. What I am interested in is what's available in my local area and how I can train my neighbors to bring their kitchen waste and their leaves to my fruit forest. And it's working. It works really good. I had a guy this week drop off 2 truckloads of leaves from his yard.
Ooh,
And I was just like,
cool.
man, yeah, baby. And then I'm training these other kids. Well, they're not kids. I guess they are. They're 30 years old, maybe. And they are now building all these little food gardens all over this forested area that they have. Hey, so it's really neat to see.
All right, there it is. Lori put it up there. There's Howie's the link to Howie's channel, Food Forest Permaculture.
There's someone said that snow has nitrogen too. Who is that?
Yeah, how CR.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. 40% is nitrogen, but nitrogen fixers, like in the spring, is the best time if you can get a big bag of radishes, and they're not for eating. Okay, okay. I must stress that. What you're doing is you're smattering your ground before spring. Just before spring, they can take a little frost, even the seed that's sprouting, the radish, and that's a nitrogen fixer. So there's enough nitrogen when you put that first crop down, and then you, after it starts growing, just bury it with more of your compost soil or your pathway soil bank soil, if you know what that is. And then that is left for 2 weeks to 3 weeks. That becomes the best soil, right, loaded with nitrogen, well, organic nitrogen too. But the biggest thing that nitrogen is used on the mycelium, on the superhighway of nutrient delivery. Phosphorus and nitrogen is deposited on it, and it's moved along to all the plants, you see, and trees. It's a really fascinating world, and I forget more about soil than I remember.
Yeah. Okay, there's where was it here? Okay, so yeah, Howie's a great resource for that information. Ron Netzel, the Green Wizard, is really has some good information about growing soil and stuff. And oh, she's here. She's come in. It is CB at Hugo Homestead. One of the things that that I've I mean, as I said, I've learned so much from Howie and from Ron on building soil and stuff. And I just had a squirrel moment, and lost it. Yeah.
I grow things like this. This is a 30-pound banana squash. Okay. And I have lots, and I donated thousands of pounds of food to my local food bank. For the simple fact, I use biochar, wood ash, and leaves, and chop and drop, and kitchen waste to make layers. And I have to put this down. It's quite heavy, and I have several.
Yeah. There. So one thing I want to deviate here before everybody starts bailing out here. So right now, let me go look at bring here it is. It is. So we are 4 away from the 5,000 mark. 4. So as soon as we hit that 5,000 mark, then I'm going to schedule the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I'll be giving away at least 10 $5 Amazon gift cards. And that's just to those in the side chat on that night. And I'll probably be giving away 10 more just to channel members.
Am I a channel member? I don't know how to do this member thing, People talk about it, but I don't. I've never done that.
All right. So if you guys look over underneath the chat, there'll be a smiley face, then a dollar sign with like a dollar bill. And if you click on that dollar sign, you can it says show your support, and you can become a member.
How come I don't have that?
It's on the YouTube side. It'd be on the YouTube side, not on the StreamYard side.
I got to learn more.
Yeah. Actually, here, let me take the camera, and I'm going to show you guys this. So,
Yeah, that'd be good.
okay, there's several ways of doing it over here. If I get over here on
Thank you
this
for
other
doing
screen
this.
here. Okay, so right here, it says join. That's one way of doing it.
Oh,
The other way is over here where it has the $ on the YouTube one. You can click there and you can do either super chat, super stickers, or membership.
so that's where you get the membership.
That's where you can join the membership. Either on the join or on the membership over here. So that's two ways during a live stream that you can do it.
Interesting. I'm on a live stream, but I don't have any of that in front of me.
Yeah, it won't show on StreamYard. That's only showing on YouTube.
Okay. Well, next time you're live, I'll look at that because I like
Yeah.
I like everything that you do. I get a lot of good tips from you.
Yeah.
So
Now
I like that. I don't want to miss too much.
You can join on any video I have.
Oh, okay.
If you play any video, it'll say Camppatton Family Compound, and then it'll say join, and you just click on the join there. It's 99 cents a month. There are several payment ways. I prefer using my Amazon credit card because I get Amazon points for joining channel.
Hey, money's money. It all spends the same.
Yeah, and so I just do it on my credit card, and it just it does it monthly. It takes it out 99 cents a month out monthly for this channel here. And so, yeah. And I throw up some members only videos, and after a year or so, I'll take some of those members only videos and I'll make them public.
Nice. But
still, they get sometimes I'll do a video like I just did one. It's members only, but tomorrow I'm going to make it public.
Oh.
So the members get a couple days or a week early access to a video, and then I make it public, later on. So they get their first chance to get in there, make comments and everything else. And so when it goes public, their comments are already there.
Well, this has been a pleasure. Save your winter squash seeds, whatever it is. Dry them out on cardboard for a couple of weeks in a cool area up high. That's your food source if there's nothing at the store. There'll always be like that squash I just showed you there. You only need to grow a few, but at least you have something that you can have with something else that you may be able to forage or something or catch a fish. Yeah. But that squash, that winter squash seed, save it, and save some more. Yeah. Anyway, good night all, and thanks for having me up, Gil. That was pretty cool.
I love it whenever you come up here, Howie. Always give out good information.
My best to you and yours.
All right. Take care.
You as well.
All righty. All right. And so we're a little bit past the hour, but that's fine. Anytime we go over with Howie is a great time. Coming up here, let me let you guys know what's coming up here. So tomorrow on Survival Saturday on Gray Man Prepping, the topic, for those that don't know, that's my other channel, Gray Man Prepping. And I froze. The topic is learn a new skill. So we're going to talk about skills and how to rank what skills you want to learn, and we'll talk about all of that tomorrow on Survival Saturday. Monday, back here on Camppatton Family Compound for the Monday night Fireside Chat, which starts at 8 o'clock Eastern on Monday. Well, and Saturday Survival also starts at 8 o'clock Eastern. So Monday's topic is canning, jar, and lid safety. Talk about how you know when a jar is bad, when it's going to crack or something. Some of the telltale signs. Sometimes there are no signs and it still cracks, but sometimes you can look out for things to worry about lids and stuff, and rings and everything else when you're for canning and stuff. So that's what we'll be talking about on Monday, and hopefully Tammy from Rebel Canners will be able to join us. And if Courtney's feeling well enough, she'll join us as well. On Tactical Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping, 10 o'clock start Eastern, we're going to be talking about a get home plan. Now, there's big conversations been going on for the last year and a half. Everyone's instead of pushing bug out bags, they're pushing get home bags. Well, we're going to talk about a winter get home plan. Having a plan in place so if something happens, you can get home. So that's what's about on Tactical Tuesday. Thursday night at 11:55 Eastern kicks off the Midnight Ride on Gray Man Prepping. And then next Friday here, we're going over a little bit of safety stuff. It's a home security check for the holidays. And we're not just talking about locking doors and windows. We're talking about fire extinguishers, smoke alarms, talking about bathroom vents, oven, hood range vents, all those, everything that could cause a problem. Dryer vents. We're talking about all of that next Friday. All right. So as always, everyone, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps and your prepper pantry. And I'll see you around. Take care and be safe.